Hello, everybody. Hey, I just wanted to give you guys a quick rundown of the Canvas analytics tool that we have available to us in our course, and also the Civitas Inspire Advisor can be used to check out risk factors, note successes, do alerts, things like that. So what you're looking at right now is my CISS 005D router and switching course. So this is a 9-week course that started in mid-March and goes until basically next Friday, the end of the semester. So what we have here is you can see the submissions that we have throughout the course. I normally have 3 things due each week. Sometimes there's 4 if I'll throw in a discussion question. So here's one of the first assignments they have. We can take a look at this, and this will show us that everyone turned it in 100% on time, first week of the course. You can also tell activity by date, which works out well. Let's click on here so we can change it to the actual date itself so you can see activity. You can see the submissions for each assignment, gives you how many are on time, how many are late. My course is a little bit different. Some of the exams, all the exams are taken inside Canvas. They are not taken outside, but I do have 2 assignments that are in Cengage. So my students need to purchase Cengage Unlimited to participate in those assignments. And I actually have 2 students who have not purchased Cengage Unlimited, which allows them not to do some of the assignments. Those are Joshua and Robert. So they are struggling, and they have been advised throughout this 9 weeks that they need to purchase the book and Unlimited, which gives them access to the ebook and all the things in Cengage that they can do. But they have chosen not to. I have told them to drop the course multiple times. So just something I wanted to talk about. But let's take a look at one of my students. One thing we do notice is I think you will notice that page views correlates to basically how many page views you have, how much your participation is, your submission level kind of correlates to what your current score is in the class. The higher those things are, the better the grade the student is going to have. Most of my students are getting A's. I have a few with B's, one with C's, and then 2 students who are both failing the course. So you can tell, like Matthew Early, he's got a 95%. He's got over 1,000 page views. His participation is high. He's got submissions. Everything is turned in on time. So as you can tell in some of the data that we're able to see in the Canvas analytics, that you notice that there's a correlation between high page views, participation, submissions, and what their current score is in class. I also like that you can just click on the student himself, and it gives you some real positive information. You can tell, okay, here's each assignment broken down, the amount of time that they were spent on it, what their score is on each of those submissions throughout the course. Matt's done a pretty good job in class. He struggled on a couple of the exams, but my exams are hard, so that is to be expected. Um, so, but all in all, Matt's done a good job in class. He's got, a good consistent amount of page views throughout each week. Obviously, there's spring break in here, so there's a void in the middle of April where there's nothing that the students show. So I think you can get a lot of positive data on how your students are succeeding in the Canvas analytics tool. You can go through each of your students, go through each section, see how they're doing well. You can also click on a specific assignment, shows you what the possible score is, what the median is. It's just a great tool to use as we're able to look at some of the data that Canvas does provide us. And also we're using Civitas Inspire to see students that have risk factors and the such. Um, so here I'll pull up Sarah. Sarah's another one of my good students. So I gave Sarah an accommodation alert. Accommodation alert, basically saying that she's done great work in class. Things have been going really well. She's done an excellent job. So it's kind of an attaboy, at a girl, pardon me. Just letting Sarah know, hey, I really appreciate your class engagement. I appreciate what you've done in this course, in this 9 weeks. Sarah's done a great job. She's got a full-time job. She has a child that is autistic, that is fairly high maintenance to take care of. And Sarah's like a rock. She doesn't complain. She doesn't do any, she just does her work and she gets her work done on time. And she's been a pleasure to teach and pleasure to work with in this course and the previous course, CIS 005D. But say if you wanted to send an alert out on a student, you would click on, you can go from here, you can go from the home. So let me go back to the dashboard. That takes me, this takes me out so I can search a student. So let's just go back and we'll do a search for Barajas S. I'll find Sarah's name. There's Sarah. So we'll open her as a student, slowly opening up. I could go here, and if I wanted to do a new alert, what I could do is I could click on the alert level. I could choose commendation, medium alert, high alert. Say if a student is failing, they're not getting their work in, they're not participating in your course at all, you can submit a high alert. It will give you the reasons, your concerns. Your concerns could be anyone from low grades, missing late class, low participation, no assignments. Normally I would have the student contact me. I ask them constantly, email me if you're having issues. I would also have them meet with their counselor. And the advisor should, what the advisor should do, obviously the advisor should meet with the student, and there should probably also be help with some academic planning involved in that as well. So it's a great idea to, sorry about that, I didn't mean to do that. It's a great tool to use if you need to send an alert, if you have a student that's not doing well, if they're not succeeding and they're not reaching out to you via email and explaining what's going on, it's a great place to go in and send an alert through Civitas Inspire to get that student's attention, even though you've probably tried to do it through email, you've tried to do it through a variety of other means. It's just a great tool. You know, it's really valuable to take these proactive steps just so you can stay on top of your students. Our students go off the rails for a variety of reasons. They could have family issues, they could have work-related issues, they could have mode of transportation issues. And I found out through my teaching at West Hills, students sometimes are not the best at reaching out. Students with high success in your courses will reach out to you if they're having a problem. But students that are not having high success in your court, they are hesitant to reach out. So this is an area where you can go in and you can be proactive to make contact with the students. And it's a great area. I'm going to switch back to the Canvas area. And this is also an area, like I say, where you can see where your students are having success, because your students that are having success have large page views. Your students that are not having success have really low page views, low participation, and low submission of assignments and exams. So I think those numbers kind of correlate together, and yeah, it's just great data that we have available both to us in Civitas Inspire and also in the Canvas analytics and reports that we're able to use. the data that we get from our courses. So that wraps this up, and I appreciate your guys' time. Thank you very much, and it's been a pleasure.